This is without a doubt going to be the most controversial video I've ever made. That's alright, because I in fact have the correct opinion in this situation. Hi everyone! Have my ears on, my little mug, because today we're doing a Disney related video. I am not feeling well. I have a sinus infection, so that's really cool. To make myself feel better, I thought let's take the best medicine and do a little bit of magic, a little bit of Disney. I thought about making this for a while and I'm doing it today. I'm just so excited. So I've gone ahead, I've made a tier list and I organized all of the rides. Let's go ahead and go over the categories. So in S tier, everyone knows S tier is the highest. In our case, it is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious because this is a Disney video. This is the category where all of the best rides, I'm talking the bangers, you know, these rides you will wait in the 2-hour line for. They're so good. You tell all of your friends when you come home from vacation, I did this ride, and you just won't stop talking about it. Maybe this is not a problem other people have, but it is a problem I have. Moving down, we have Magical. These are rides that are still amazing. Like, you love these rides, you ride them over and over again, but they just aren't your all-time favorites. Then going down a little further, we have Classic. I kind of look at this category as like family favorites, but aren't necessarily the best of the best. It's like, I will ride this, it's a Disney staple, but I would rather go on such and such thing. But overall, pretty positive still. Now this is when we start to get a little negative. We have not waiting in line. If there's not a line, you'll do it. It's still fun, but it's just, it doesn't bring you that much enjoyment, and overall, you'd rather be doing something else. Then the bottom category for this, rather go to Universal. I think this is a huge insult. If you're in this category, I'm really sorry. I don't like you. These rides are not that fun. Theming can be really like lazy, they're not that good. They're bad, okay? And then the actual bottom last category is never done because it's not fair to rank them if I haven't experienced them. Let's get into it. The first thing that we were doing, because I didn't know where to put it, is the monorail. This is already starting off so bad. I would put the monorail and not waiting in line. Here is why. When there's a line for the monorail, I would rather walk. I don't really have anything against the monorail. I think it's cool, but it's not something I have to do, and it's usually just more convenient to walk, at least for me and the people I go with. Now we are getting inside the park. We have Main Street, the Disneyland Railroad. I'm also putting that in not waiting in line. I think the Disneyland Railroad is cooler than the monorail though, just because you're actually inside Disneyland. There's a lot cooler theming to it. You actually get to see some stuff. If it's crazy packed, I don't need to do this. It's not a necessity for me. Main Street vehicles, I have actually never done. I like seeing them walk around. It really adds to the atmosphere, but I've just never took the time to actually ride any of them. Great moments with Mr. Lincoln. I'm sorry. I have gone to this twice and fallen asleep both times. It's there for a reason. I get why it's there. It's not for me. I don't want to do it. I'm bored out of my mind every time I'm in there. It's a power nap place, okay? Moving on, Fantasyland. We're gonna get more exciting, right? Sleeping Beauty Castle Tour. I'm gonna say not waiting in line again, just because it is really cool, but it's not something I have to do. King Arthur Carousel, I'm also putting in not waiting in line because it's a carousel. I really like that all of the horses are painted white to like symbolize like they're all leaders in their own way. Fantasy Fair Theater, I've actually never done, which is kind of surprising considering I love Disney princesses, I love theater, but I've never taken the time to see a show there. Maybe I should do that next time. Okay, here we go. Some good ones, all right? Snow White's Enchanted Wish. This was recently redone. It used to be Snow White's Scary Adventures. Now it's Happy Enchanted Wish. I am putting this straight into Magical. Great ride, absolutely. To continue that trend, we're also putting Pinocchio's Daring Journey in there. Peter Pan's Flight goes in Magical as well. I'm sorry to say, Mr. Toad does not quite hit Magical for me. I'm putting it in Classic. It doesn't have that magical feel that the other ones do. Alice in Wonderland is also going in Magical. I'm honestly debating if I should put it in Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm just gonna say S because that's gonna get really exhausting. I've told the story on here before, but I had a really magical experience on this ride as a child, and it always brings back good memories, and I think it's so well done. The fact that you get to go inside and outside. Sticking with the Alice in Wonderland theme, we have the teacups. I'm also putting teacups in magical. You know what? No, I'm putting them in classic. I really like them, but if I didn't get the chance to do them, I think I'd be okay. I love the music too as you walk by, little Dumbo. Magical, duh, hello. The reason it is so high for me is whenever I ride Dumbo, it is this true feeling of I am at Disneyland right now. For me, that is the most iconic Disney attraction ever, is Dumbo. And Casey Jr. Circus Train, I've actually never done. I think I should do it at some point just to say that I have, but I've never done it. Controversial. Storybook Land Canals. That is going in S tier. You know why? Because it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I don't care how long the line is. I don't care if it's a hot day, if it's at night. I don't care if there's screaming children on my boat. I am getting on it and I'm gonna look at all the miniature things. I love small things. And all of the doors and windows, they actually open. But you didn't know that? And we do It's a Small World. I'm putting in classic because it isn't the type of ride that I would ride over and over again, but I feel like it's important to do it at least once while you're there. Okay, Matterhorn Bobsleds. This is going in classic, which is shocking because it's a thrill ride, but it kind of scares me still. Harold the Abominable Snowman terrifies me. It's also a very like rickety ride, I feel like. A lot of people complain that it throws their back out and that it hurts being on, which I agree with. Now let's transition to Tomorrowland. Astro Orbiter. Rather go to Universal. I don't like this ride. It is just like Dumbo, but with rockets. I don't care. If anything, it looks more like a decoration. Space Mountain. I think we all can agree Space Mountain will be S tier. It is so much fun in the dark, fast paced. I love it. Star Tours. Rather go to Universal. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I have been the Rebel Spy. That was pretty cool because everyone saw my face. Well, actually, if I go to Universal, I'm probably just going to be greeted by more screens. My biggest complaint is that it's just a screen and you're in a little box, you know, and you just kind of hobble around. Buzz Lightyear, Astro Blasters. S. S, 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 S. You know why? Because it's fun. Because the music is good. Buzz Lightyear, you're shooting things. I will say this, it does need to be upgraded. Some of the paint is starting to chip and the targets are off, but S. Let me love it, okay? Please stop. Tomorrowland, Speedway. I don't like it, but I'd rather go to Universal. I'd rather go to Universal. I'd rather go to Universal. I don't care. Okay, the Submarines, a little Nemo moment, right? I'm gonna say not waiting in line. I do like this ride, but I kind of forget that it's there. It's just so tucked away in the corner. I like seeing everything in the dark. It is pretty cool, but if it's busy, I can skip it. It's okay. Now let's take a little adventure to Adventureland. Enchanted Tiki Room, absolutely a classic. So fun to be in there. Get some Dole Whip, hang out, give your feet a rest. It's just a cute show. Jungle Cruise, I also would say is a classic. Another great way to have a nice sitting break and just, you know, relax in the shade and see all the animatronic animals. Who doesn't like the backside of water? Come on. Indiana Jones, going straight to the top. I used to be terrified of this ride as a kid. I'm happy I outgrew that because now I love it. I could ride it over and over again. Tarzan Treehouse. I have a lot of positive memories being a kid going through it, so I'm gonna say not waiting in line. It's fun to walk through and look around. Hello everybody, we're mighty glad to meet you here at the Golden Horseshoe. Frontierland. Big Thunder Mountain. I'm putting Big Thunder Mountain in magical. It's very close to being S tier, but not quite. I don't like that I have to say this, but I've never done the Mark Twain and I have never done the sailing ship Columbia. I really would like to at some point, but I just haven't done it. I feel like it would take so much time out of the day. For Pirate's Lair, Tom Sawyer Island, I would say not waiting in line. It's very much so like a playground, which is very cool if you're young, but I just don't really do that anymore. It also takes quite a bit of time because you have to get in the little boat and go over there and spend, you know, part of your day just exploring. If I had time in my day, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll go walk around and check it out. New Orleans Square. People are gonna get mad about these. People are gonna get mad about these. Pirates of the Caribbean, I would put in magical and not S tier for me. I really like it, but I like other rides more. And the same thing goes with Haunted Mansion. Now I'll say this, maybe this will make you feel better or make you feel worse. I like Haunted Mansion more. Sorry. Critter Country, the canoes. I have never done the canoes. Never done. Another thing I feel like would take a lot of time. Okay. Splash Mountain. You don't even have to ask. That is going top, top, top. I feel like it needs its whole, what was I thinking? S, Splash Mountain. I should have named it Splash Mountain. It's a water ride, so you got that good water smell. It's a dark ride in parts of it, so you got your cute little scenes, the little animals, banging music, and it's a thrill ride because you drop and you go 60 miles per hour. Good-doink. I have to move on, otherwise I will talk about Splash Mountain all day. Let's do Winnie the Pooh. Magical. I think it is so well done, and oh my god, I love Pooh Corner. That is my favorite shop in Disneyland. I could spend all day in there. I need to stop. Toontown. Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin is going in magical. Very well done. Dark ride, you can spin. Jessica Rabbit is now covered up. I don't know why they did that. Let her be sexy, okay? Now, these next ones, I'd actually rank all the same. They're all the houses. I would put them all in not waiting in line just because these actually do usually have a really long line. A lot of kids want to go in there and meet, you know, Mickey and Minnie and do all the interactive things, and I don't really need to do that anymore because I'm a grown-up now. Gadgets Go Coaster. My 5-year-old self would kill me. I would put it in Rather Go to Universal. Let's be honest, nobody knows who Gadget is anymore. I do, because I'm the expert. A lot of people don't know who she is, which is really sad, which means Disney either make people know who Gadget is or find a way to repurpose the space. That's really horrible of me to say. It's a great introduction to roller coasters. It was my introduction to roller coasters, actually. Don't want to wait in line for it, and I don't particularly care for it anymore. Star Wars Land. Galaxy's Edge. I'm gonna get canceled. Millennium, Falcon, Smugglers Run. Not waiting in line because it is better than Star Tours. There's a little bit more movement. There's buttons you can press. I got to do the hyperspeed thing, like I pulled down on this handle and we went like whoosh, right? That was cool. Star Wars is really not for me. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna get canceled again because Rise of the Resistance. I'm just saying. Oh my god. I'm just saying classic. Please don't kill me. It's cool. It's really great, right? It's really awesome. But what is happening? It was really well done, but it's not for me. Everyone else, you can put it in your top tier, okay? Moving on, let's go to a whole other theme park. Disney's California Adventure, okay? Hollywoodland, let's start it off. Disney Junior live on stage. I like the Disney Junior characters, they're really cute, but I don't watch that, so I wouldn't go. So I'm just gonna say rather go to Universal. I get the point why it's there. I think it should stay. But I don't need to do it. Disney PhilharMagic, shockingly, never done. I don't really go to see shows while I'm there. I guess that's the trend of what I'm seeing. The animation building, I'm gonna say not waiting in line. I really like it. I especially really like Turtle Talk with Crush. I think that one is the best thing that's there. But if it's super busy, I'm not gonna go to it, and it's not something I have to do while I'm there. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I am putting this one in magical. I like the drop sensation. It is a very fun ride, but I gotta say, if it was still Tower of Terror, it would be an S. The Frozen show. I've never seen. I think at some point I would like to see it. I'm sure it'll run for many, many years like Aladdin did. It's just the type of thing that it really eats into your day, and I'm the type of person that when I'm there, I like to go, go, go. Monsters Inc. I love this one. I'm gonna put it in classic. It isn't as good as the other dark rides, and a lot of the animatronics are just repurposed, which is smart, but also it lacks some of the creativity that they could have done. I still really like this ride. It's super cute. Grizzly Peak, Soaring. I'm gonna put Soaring in classic. I know that the whole point is to be like stationary and for it to be something really calm, but I'm someone who really does like motion and, you know, really cool, crazy experiences. The slow go thing is nice, but it's not a ride that I would like to ride over and over again, especially if you're sitting in like the lowest road on either side, then like the screen can get warped and everything. But I love the smells. The smells do it for me. That is my favorite part of Soaring. Grizzly River Run, honestly underrated, and is my favorite ride in Grizzly Peak, so it is going in S tier. I've made memories with my own family on it, and going on as just a single rider, I've made memories with other families on this ride. And the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail thing, I'm actually gonna put that in classic. I also think that's underrated, but it's actually really cool. You can walk through. This is an interactive thing. What I like about this one is there's things to do and things to see even if you aren't a kid. And you have Coda and Kenai from Brother Bear, which is really cool to see them because they're really underrepresented in all of the Disney parks. So I really like it. I think if you haven't done it, I think you should check it out. It's really cool to walk through. Why don't we mosey on over to Carsland? Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Rather go to Universal. Not good. Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. I always want to call it Luigi's Rockin' Roadsters. I would assume it's rather go to Universal, but I've never taken the time to ride that because when I'm in Carsland, I like to ride my S tier ride, and that is Radiator Springs Racer, straight to the top. The theming, immaculate. The thrill is great. It's super cute. I love cars. Dun, 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 dun. I didn't mean to, whoa. Pixar Pier. On Credit Coaster, S tier, S tier, S tier, S tier. This ride is amazing. I was really worried about the retheme from California Screaming to this, but California Screaming isn't anything to do with Disney, and this was very smart. Jessie's Critter Carousel, I have not done. I have done King Triton's Carousel, but this is not King Triton's Carousel, so I'm just gonna give it what it is. Midway Mania. Oh, you love this game. It's so insania. Midway Mania. I'm putting that in magical. It is really fun, especially if you're doing it with someone you know and you're not doing it with a stranger. It's like you get to challenge them. Pixar Pal Around. Not waiting in line. It's a Ferris wheel, you get what you pay for, and yeah, there is the swinging version, but it's not something I have to do, and if it's busy, I'm not gonna wait for a Ferris wheel. Emotional Whirlwind. So, everyone knows, right, that this is just Flix Flyers, but like redone to like Inside Out.
Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know?
Rest in peace, Bugs Land. I'm just realizing something. I did not include the new Spider-Man ride in this, but I didn't do it because I don't know anything about Marvel, so it would just be a never done. Anyway, moving on. I have been on Flix Flyers, and I would just put that in Rather Go to Universal because a lot of the rides in Bugs Land were Rather Go to Universal, except for Heimlich's Choo Choo Train, and It's Tough to Be a Bug. But I haven't been on this one specifically, so I'm gonna let it have its own moment, and it's gonna be in Never Done. Paradise Gardens, which is that little awkward area as you're leaving Pixar Pier, and it just kind of wraps around. It's not that great of an area. Silly Symphony Swings. Rather go to Universal. Terrifying. The swings freak me out. You can just fly off. And people that are like, oh my god, do this, you'll feel like you're flying. No thanks. Goofy Sky School. I'm gonna put this one in Not Waiting in Line. I know it has a horrible reputation. It is kind of bad theming, but it is better than Mulholland Madness, just want to say. It isn't that great. It still is fun, but if there's a long line, no thank you. Doesn't this have Fast Pass? I think it does have Fast Pass. Don't use your Fast Pass on this. Voyage of the Little Mermaid is going in magical. Bad location. I just gotta say, this is not a good location for this ride. Why? I wish it wasn't Fantasyland like in Disney World. We're gonna end really strong, okay? We have Golden Zephyr and Jumping Jellyfish. Rather go to Universal. Rather go to Universal. Horrible theming. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Both of these should be stripped out, gutted, burned, exploded. Awful. You know what? I'm going to Universal. I'm going to Harry Potter World. I'm going to wear my Minion shirt, and I'm going to drink all the butterbeer they have to offer me. That is it. This is my tier list. Be sure to comment down below your opinions. I'm really sorry if I offended you. I really did not mean to, but again, this was all for fun. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you did not. Subscribe for more videos. I promise I'm a nice person, and I will see you all next time. Have a magical day.